What if a simple nickel in your pocket was secretly worth hundreds, thousands, even over $100,000? Today, we're counting down the top 5 most expensive and ultra-rare Jefferson nickels ever sold. These 5-cent coins changed lives. Stay tuned, your spare change might be a hidden treasure worth a fortune. What if I told you that a small nickel in your coin worth 5 cents, now selling for thousands? So don't go anywhere, because I'm going to tell you exactly what to look for, how to know if you have a rare one, and how much it could be worth. And trust me, you might have one just sitting in a jar or box right now. The 1953 D Jefferson nickel was made in Denver, which is what the little D stands for. That mint mark is found on the back of the coin, right next to Monticello, the building on the reverse side. Over 59 million of these nickels were made. So you might be thinking, how can it be rare if so many were made? Well, here's the thing. Most of them were not made well. They had weak designs, soft details, and they wore down fast. That's where the value comes in. The rare ones are the coins that survived in almost perfect shape or the ones that were made with mistakes. Now let's talk about the big money. If your 1953 D nickel is in amazing condition, and has something called full steps on the back, it can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Full steps means the steps on Monticello are clear and unbroken. Most nickels from that year don't have full steps because the mint machines were old or used too much. So when collectors find one with full steps, they pay a lot. One of these coins, graded MS-67 full steps, that means super high grade, sold at auction for over $15,000. Yes, one small nickel sold for more than $15,000. That's the power of rarity and condition. But that's not the only way these nickels can be valuable. Some 1953 D nickels were made with mint errors. These are mistakes that happened when the coin was struck at the mint. And collectors love mistakes. Some errors include double dies, off-center strikes, or planchet problems. A double die means the letters or numbers on the coin look like they're doubled, usually in the words, "In God We Trust," or the date. If your coin has clear doubling, especially if it's in good shape, it could be worth thousands of dollars. Off-center coins are another type of error. That's when the design is not centered and part of the coin looks cut off. If the date is still visible, these can sell for a few hundred to a few $1,000s, depending on how far off-center the strike is. There are also things like die cracks and lamination errors. Die cracks look like little raised lines on the coin, almost like veins. Lamination errors happen when the metal peels or flakes during the minting process. These kinds of errors may not bring in tens of thousands, but they can still sell for $50, $100, or even more, especially if they're dramatic and easy to see. Every little detail matters in coin collecting, especially when you're looking for value. So now you're probably wondering, how do I check my 1953 D nickel? First, grab a magnifying glass or a coin loupe. You'll want to look closely at the steps on Monticello. If you can count 5 or 6 full, sharp steps without any breaks, that's a good sign. Then check the front of the coin. Look at the words and the date. Do they look like they're doubled? That could be a double die. Also, check if the design looks off-center, or if there are any cracks, bumps, or weird textures on the coin. Take your time. Sometimes, the smallest detail can mean the biggest value. If you think you have a valuable coin, don't clean it. Cleaning a coin actually lowers its value. Instead, consider sending it to a coin grading company like PCGS or NGC. They will check your coin, give it a grade, and put it in a special case that proves it's real and valuable. Coins that are graded often sell for much higher prices than ungraded ones because buyers trust the grade. You can also look up similar coins online. Websites like Heritage Auctions or eBay sold listings can give you an idea of what collectors are paying. Remember, just because a coin is old doesn't always mean it's valuable, but the right old coin in the right condition can be worth a small fortune. Now let me give you a few quick real-world examples. One 1953 D nickel with full steps and graded MS67 by PCGS sold for $15,275 at auction. Another one in slightly lower grade sold for around $7,000. Even coins that are not perfect but still have good detail can go for $500 to $2,000 if they have full steps or errors. That's a lot of money for a coin you might find in your change or a family coin jar. So next time you go through your coins, keep your eyes open. That little 1953 D nickel might be your lucky find. Don't ignore it just because it's small or dirty. Look for full steps, doubling, off-center strikes, and other weird features. It's like treasure hunting, but you don't need to dig, you just need to look. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more coin tips. I post videos about rare coins, valuable finds, and how you can make money from your old change. And tell me in the comments, have you ever found a rare coin? I'd love to hear your story. Thanks for watching. Keep your eyes open, your magnifier close, and your change jar nearby, because sometimes, a little nickel can bring in a big payday. Yes, a coin that most people think is only worth 5 cents could actually be hiding a big surprise. And the best part? You might already have one. It could be sitting in your pocket, hiding in a change jar, or forgotten in an old drawer. So keep watching, because I'm going to tell you why some 1990 D nickels are worth so much money, what to look for, how to check yours, and how much these coins have sold for in real life. The 1990 D Jefferson nickel was made at the Denver Mint. That's what the little D stands for. You can find the D on the front of the coin, just to the right of Thomas Jefferson's portrait. Now, in 1990, the Denver Mint made over 280 million nickels. That sounds like a lot, and it is. Most of these coins are common. But as collectors know, it's not always about how many coins were made. It's about the condition of the coin, and sometimes, rare mistakes during the minting process. These small details can turn an ordinary coin into something worth real money. One of the most important things to look for on a 1990 D nickel is something called full steps. If you look at the back of the nickel, you'll see Jefferson's house, Monticello. At the bottom of the building, there are stairs. On most nickels, these stairs are not sharp or clear. That's because the coin dies used to strike the coins were worn down or didn't press hard enough. But once in a while, a coin comes out with clear, unbroken steps. This is what collectors call full steps. If a 1990 D nickel has full steps and is in very good condition, it becomes rare. And that's where the value comes in. One of these coins, graded by a company called PCGS at a very high level called MS66 with full steps, sold for over $4,000 at auction. That's $4,000 for a coin that many people would walk past on the ground. But full steps isn't the only thing to look for. There are also rare mint errors. A mint error is when something goes wrong while the coin is being made. Some 1990 D nickels have been found with double dies. This means the coin was struck twice by mistake, and parts of the design look like they are doubled. You might see this doubling in the words like, "In God We Trust," or in the date. If the doubling is strong and clear, and the coin is in good condition, it could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Another type of error is called an off-center strike. This is when the coin is not lined up correctly when it is made. Part of the design might be missing, or it might look crooked. If the coin is off-center and the date is still visible, it can also be worth a lot. Some off-center coins sell for $100, $500, even $1,000 or more depending on how dramatic the error is. Other errors to look for include clipped planchets, which is when a piece of the coin is missing from the edge, and die cracks, which look like raised lines running across the coin. So how do you know if your coin is valuable? First, check the year and look for the D mint mark. It must be from 1990 and have the D for Denver. Then, flip it over and look at the steps on Monticello. Use a magnifying glass if you have one. Can you count 5 or 6 full steps that are not broken or blurry? If yes, you might have a full steps coin. Then look at the letters and numbers. Do any of them look like they are doubled or have shadows? That could be a double die. Check if the design is off-center or if any part of the coin looks strange. If you see anything unusual, don't throw it away. You might be holding a rare error. Also, look at the condition of the coin. Coins with fewer scratches and more shine are worth more. If the coin looks almost brand new, it could be graded as mint state. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70. The higher the number, the better the condition. If your coin looks like it just came from the mint and has full steps, it could be graded MS65, MS66, or higher. These grades bring the highest prices. If you think your coin is special, don't clean it. Cleaning a coin can actually make it worth less. Instead, take it to a professional or send it to a coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. They will tell you the grade, and if the coin is real and rare, they'll seal it in a holder with a label. Graded coins are trusted by collectors and sell for more money. Now let's talk about how much these coins are selling for. One 1990 D nickel with full steps and a high grade sold for over $4,000. Another with just good steps but not perfect still sold for around $1,000. Even ungraded coins, if they have strong errors or good condition, can sell for $100, $200, or more. Some people have found these in rolls of coins from the bank. Others have found them in change from stores. They are out there, and anyone can find one. You don't need to be a pro or spend a lot of money. Just look closely and know what to watch for. So now you know. That little 1990 D nickel in your change could be more than just 5 cents. It could be a treasure. It could pay for dinner. It could even pay a bill. Coins like these are part of what makes collecting so exciting. You never know what you'll find until you look. So go check your change jars, your drawers, your old piggy banks. Look for that 1990 D nickel. Look for the full steps. Look for the errors. Because finding one of these coins could be the best surprise of your week, or maybe even your year. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like it, subscribe, and hit the bell for more videos about rare coins, coin values, and collecting tips. I share new videos all the time to help you find hidden treasures in your pocket. And tell me in the comments, have you ever found a valuable coin? What's your best coin find? I'd love to hear your story. Until next time, keep looking, because you never know the next coin you touch could be worth thousands of dollars. Many people don't know what they're holding. They think it's just an old coin. But some of these 1962 D nickels have sold for more than $10,000. That's a lot of money for something so small. And the best part? You don't need to be a coin expert to find one. You just need to know what to look for, and today, I'm going to show you everything. The 1962 D Jefferson nickel was made in Denver. That's what the D means. You can find the D mint mark on the back of the coin, right next to the building. The building is called Monticello. That was the home of Thomas Jefferson, and it's been on the back of the nickel since 1938. In 1962, over 280 million nickels were made in Denver. That's a huge number. So most of these coins are not rare. You can still find them in change, in coin rolls, or in old jars. But only a few are very special. Only a few were made with perfect details. And only a few have rare mistakes. Those are the ones that can be worth a lot of money. One of the most valuable things you can find on a 1962 D nickel is something called full steps. On the back of the coin, look at Monticello. Look at the steps at the bottom of the building. Most nickels have blurry steps. You can't count them. But once in a while, a coin comes out with sharp, full steps. If you can count 5 or 6 steps that are straight and unbroken, that's a very good sign. It means your coin might be a full steps nickel. These coins are very hard to find, especially in great condition. That's why collectors pay a lot of money for them. Let me give you a real example. One 1962 D nickel with full steps, graded MS66 by PCGS, sold for more than $14,000. That's right, over $14,000 for one nickel. Why? Because it was almost perfect, and it had clear full steps. Most coins from that year are not that nice. So when a rare one shows up, people are willing to pay big money to get it. But full steps are not the only thing to look for. Some nickels from 1962 have mint errors. These are mistakes made at the U.S. Mint when the coins were created. Mint errors are rare, and they make the coin different. Different means valuable. One kind of error is a double die. This means the coin was struck twice by mistake. The letters and numbers on the coin will look like they have a shadow or a second layer. Look at, "In God We Trust," or the date. If they look doubled, your coin might be a double die. These can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on how strong the doubling is and how good the condition is.